Hey guys, Jason here, old CARRGUY guy, obviously you know who that is. I'm just out in the shop today and hey Ron, working on Dale, trying to figure out what was wrong with the rear suspension, and I had an aha moment last night in the middle of the night and figured, yeah, bonus time Dave, figured it was time to come out here and tackle what I felt was wrong with this suspension. So Dave, actually, you had mentioned it in the comments on my video there today about those leaf packs, and you were absolutely right. It was something that I was thinking about, and reasoning for that was when you take 3 leaves out of a 8 leaf pack, you're weakening the suspension. Therefore, any weight that you put on the back of the truck means that is going to weigh it down even further than it would sit. And springs are what give you your ride height. So again, not sure why I waited this long to figure that out, but nevertheless, when I figured it out, I come out here, I jacked everything up, and I got the rear leaf off one at a time and packed those leaf springs that I took out back into it, except for one, because I did end up breaking, one of them was broken when I took it apart again. So I left that out. Anyways, 7 out of the 8 leaves are back in it, and as it sits right now, the front, as you guys, if you recall, was 27 inches, and as of right now, we are at about 26 and 3/4. So really, we're only out by about 1/4 of an inch from up front, and I'm okay with that. I'm not going to fuss with that anymore, and that could be just making the difference of the of that one leaf pack that's out of there. And where did my chat go? Guys, welcome. Thanks if you're here. Give this video a thumbs up. And anyways, so I just want to jump on live right quick. Hey Kip, and let everybody know that even though we are here, we got this leveled out, and Dale is right exactly where I want it. And like I said, out by about 1/4 of an inch from front to rear, and I'm okay with that. So we are going to leave it alone. And once those front springs set in after I start driving the truck for a while, they may kind of compress a little bit and make up that extra 1/4 of an inch anyway. So as it sits right now, I'm not going to touch anymore. And I figured I got it back together, and it's sitting down right exactly where I want it. I'm not sure if you guys can tell here on camera or not, but it is. And so happy to have that behind me, so now I can focus on some other things. And as far as the interior is concerned, you guys will tune in on Tuesday's video to find out how we made out with that one. And I'll give you guys a quick little go around here. I'll switch the camera around. So there it is right there, sitting level, and you can tell where the tire is now in relation to the fender in the rear. And as we go up to the front, we are pretty much the same now. If I come back here and sit on the couch, there's the view from where I'm sitting. And you guys can let me know what you think of that. I think that's pretty darn cool. And Mr. Doughboy, Bama Mudmower, I can't even call you that, Doug. I have to call you Doug. So anyways, thanks for jumping in here, guys, and making sure that... thank you, Dave. Oh, you're talking about the truck. Yes, the truck is pretty sexy. And one thing I didn't bring up in any of my videos yet is where I painted the fenders. And like when you're up close to it, yes, you can see a little bit of a difference there. But in general, even back there at the cab corner, you can't really tell a whole lot. And when this thing's going down the road at 60 mile an hour, 70 mile an hour, you're not going to notice that anyway. Low Lid X, hey, thanks for jumping in and joining the live stream right quick. This isn't going to be a long one. I just wanted to let everybody know that I've got the truck now sitting level, which I was having issues with the rear before. I took some leaf springs out, and that compromised the ride height. So I put those leaf springs back in. been out here for a couple hours this afternoon looking after that, getting that done. So, and having said all of that, I figured that I've got caught up. I've got a video going out on Tuesday. It's all recorded. It's all edited. So I've got the weekend to kind of take a little bit of a break. I'm not going to work too much on things somewhere, maybe at a time, because it's going to be a 2 days to get home, and I've only got a 2-week vacation. And I do want to spend some of it with my wife. Believe it or not, she cares about that sort of thing too. So I think I'm taking Junior with me when we go down south, and because he says that he wanted to go down on this road trip, so it might be Junior this time instead of Kip. Sorry, Kip. But if that doesn't work out, I'll certainly hit you up and drag you down with me. But I didn't mean to say drag you down. I wasn't meaning drag me down, drag you down, as if it's a bad thing. Anyways, you can follow along if you want, that's for sure. We'll tow a trailer. You can hide out in the trailer. How's that sound? Anyway, I'm going to finish up with this. Coming up in the very near future, guys, I do have a video coming out on the Cordoba, and we've got to get it out of the garage and get it cleaned up. It's covered in grinding dust and everything like that. Even the top of Dale. It looks like somebody wrote on there. What'd they write? Do it for Dale. Yeah, that must have been Junior that wrote on the roof. So, yeah, so we're gonna be doing something. We've got these seats here, and those seats are out of a 2010 Ford Fusion. I've got the front and the rear, so we will be yanking the seats out of it and start working on that. Probably about the time that we've got the engine and transmission kind of out of this thing and getting it rebuilt as well. So. On the lookout for a bench seat or some sort out of an OBS maybe to fit this truck, something that I hopefully don't have to recover because I'd like to find something that's tan. I know where there's one that's burgundy right now. The guy only wants $100 for it, and I thought that was pretty cool. And but I'd have to recover it or something. So are the seats bad in the Cordoba? No, they're not bad. It's just they're not comfortable. So the original seats that were in it, I had them reupholstered once several years ago, and when I sold the car, I didn't have it for 2 years, and I got it back. The seats were just destroyed. So I put some seats out of a Hyundai Tiburon in the front, which they're actually not too bad once you're in it. It's getting in and out. They've got these high bolsters on the thigh and around the torso that make it hard getting in and out of. So I've got these ones here out of a Ford Fusion. They're not bolstered as bad, and they're power. So we'll get those in, and sitting back here on the trunk, I've got the rear seats as well that, believe it or not, out of a 2010 Ford Fusion will fit right in that thing with very, very little modification or even no space on either side. So we'll get those done at some point, and we'll figure out what's going on with a seat for Dale as well. But anyways, I'm gonna get ready to end this out. Hey Mitch, thanks for jumping in. And I'm gonna go in and wash my hands up and get ready for supper. We had an early lunch today, so therefore supper is telling me it's time to eat. So I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Hopefully, if the roads dry up here in the very near future, I'll actually get this thing out pretty quick. Just because.